Welcome to your practice. We'll begin by lying in any position that feels good to you on your back. I'm going to choose to keep my knees bent in a hook lying position. And the hands can rest where they feel most comfortable. Maybe that's by your side, or both hands on your belly, or maybe one hand floats over the heart and the other on the belly. But just start to connect into your breath, deepening each inhale through your nose and out through your nose. Maybe even start to make a wave-like oceanic sound or ujjayi breath. But if you're not making that sound, don't worry about it. Just connect in. Feel free to set an intention for your practice today. And when you're ready, we're going to softly windshield wiper blade knees over to the right and then to the left. Seeing if that feels okay on the spine. Back over to the right, and then back over to the left. So we could stay here, or if it feels okay to your back, we're going to begin to bring our right knee into our chest as our arms come out to a T, and stretch our left leg out long and extend our right leg high. We'll drip our right leg over to the left and use the strength of the core to come back to center. And then we'll begin to lift the left leg high, drip over to the right edge of our mat, and then use the strength of the core to come back to center. And again, we'll repeat this, right leg high, roll to the left, core pulls you back to center, lower right leg down, lift left leg high, roll to the right, strength of the core pulls you back to center, and back down. We'll do that one more time on each side. Right leg high, twist, and back up, and lower, and then left leg high, and twist. And then leg lifts high and lower. So then we'll begin to rebend our knees, pull our knees to our chest, and then begin to lift the feet up as high as you feel comfortable. Maybe the knees stay slightly bent. Interlace all fingers except for the pointer finger in this hand gesture, and we'll pulse for 1, crunching up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, and just relax. We're going to take all 10 fingertips behind the head and feet stay lifted. This time we're going to bend our right knee as we stretch our left leg out long and twist that left elbow towards right knee. Inhale back to center, bend the left knee, pull the right elbow to tap the left knee. Good. Inhale back to center, exhale, twist. Just alternating back and forth. Inhale to center, exhale, twist. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Being mindful not to slam the head forward. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Very good. Inhale. Come back to center. Rebend the knees. Hug both knees into chest. Maybe rock side to side or in little circles. Just massage the low back. We'll counter stretch that core work with some back bend, so pulling your heels close to you, hands by your side. Use the strength of the feet and the arms to lift your hips in a bridge and roll one vertebra down at a time. Good. Again, inhale and then exhale, lower down. One more, inhale, lift, and exhale, lower down. Now, this time we're going to pull our right knee into our chest and then lift that right leg up high. Just using the strength of the left leg, lift for a one-legged bridge for 2. Good. 3, 4, and 5. And then we'll begin to switch that around. We're going to lower our right foot down, pull our left knee into chest, maybe extend that leg up high if it feels good to you, and pulse up 1, 2, 3. Good. 4, and 5. Good. Begin to place that seat back down, lower your left foot back to the earth. We'll pull the right knee to our chest, and almost like a half happy baby, our hand's going to grab the pinky toe edge of the right foot, and we're going to open that knee out to the edge of our mat as much as you feel comfortable, and that left knee is going to stay bent. Just feel a nice deep inner thigh stretch, back of the leg stretch. Don't force this too hard, just whatever feels good to you. And we'll place the right foot back on the mat. Same thing on the left side, like a half happy baby, reaching for the pinky toe edge of that left leg, and just drip it off to the edge a little bit. Counter stretching. Good. opening up. Let's take a few moments here to breathe. And we'll place the foot back onto the earth, hug both knees into your chest, take 3 to 5 rock and rolls up and down on your spine. And taking your time, we'll move into hands and knees. Spread fingers wide, knees underneath hips, wrists underneath shoulders. Drop the belly down, take a breath in. And then exhale, curl the back up, move chin to chest. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, pull the heart in. Inhale, one more cat and cow. And then exhale, curl and round up. So we'll come back to neutral spine. And then we're going to move into child's pose. Big toes touch, knees come wide, let the forehead rest down. Always knowing this pose will be available for you at any point in our practice today that you might need to come to a rest and catch your breath. And then we'll softly start to begin to lift our gaze, look towards your fingers. We're going to roll forward into a modified plank, so a little bit elongated. We're going to take 5 yoga push-ups, so lowering maybe all the way down, and then exhale, come back up, keeping a flat back. Inhale, lowering down, exhale, driving back up. Inhale, lower down, exhale, back up. Inhale, lower down, exhale, back up. And on this last one, we're going to lower down and hold, and then drop to the floor. So untuck your toes, pull your tailbone down, and place the tops of your hands to the small of your back. Let your forehead rest down and your elbows rest down. So toe mounds stay down. We're going to lift our gaze just a little off the mat. We're going to begin to use the strength of the glutes in the back to lift our elbows up and sweep our thumbs forward to touch. Palms face the ground. Now exhale, we're going to bring our hands back to the small of our back and lower our elbows down. And again, elbows lift up, sweep our thumbs forward to touch. Pull the hands back. Hands on the small of the back and lower elbows down. One more time. Inhale, elbows lift. Sweep thumbs forward to touch. Sweep hands back. Elbows lowered down. Good. We'll place our hands underneath our shoulders or slightly back. We're going to gather up the core, tuck the toes, come up onto knees for a modified plank and sit back child's pose. And we're going to wave back forward to that modified plank for 1, elongate the spine, and then exhale, sit back into this almost active child's pose. Wave forward through the spine, 2, so think about cat as we roll forward and back. Good. And then one more time, roll forward. Hold here, and we're going to lower down for 1. Exhale, push back up. Inhale, lower down 2. Exhale, push back up. And on this last one, we're going to lower down and hold. And then gently drop belly to the mat. Elongate the heart. Untuck your toes. Tent the fingertips to the outside edges of your mat. And inhale, lift a little or a lot into that low back. And exhale, wave down. Elbows pointing to the sky. Inhale, lift back up. And exhale, wave down. Feel a chest stretch. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, wave back to the mat. Hands slightly behind the shoulders, tuck your toes. Knees stay down. We're going to lift up into modified plank. Sit back towards the toes and then lift the knees up into downward facing dog. Good. Spread the fingers wide. The shoulders are active, but they're away from the ears. And we'll begin to just pedal the feet out. You can bend the knees a lot if you feel like the back is really curled up. Bend the knees and see if that allows you to make some space to elongate your spine. From there, you can begin to straighten the legs a little bit or a lot. Good. If that feels good to you, we're going to swing the heels over to the right and then to the left and just feel an outer hip stretch. Good. Maybe back over to the right and then back over to the left. And then we'll do that one more time, over to the right and then over to the left. Just kind of playing and exploring. Feet come back to center. We're going to lift the energy up through the heels, send it up through the bum, curl, wave forward into plank pose and elongate, peek over the edge of your mat. Pull the heart back up and sink back into downward facing dog. Again, inhale, curl, wave, lift, rolling forward, down dog waves to plank. Exhale, curl, wave back. And on this last one, we're going to inhale, curl, wave forward, gather up the plank, knees or toes, 3 yogi push-ups, lower a little bit or a lot. Exhale, back up. Inhale, lowers you down. Exhale, lifts you back up. Inhale, lowers you down. Hold it here and then drop belly to the mat. Untuck your toes. Hands come off the mat using just the strength of the back. We're going to pull our heart up and then exhale, wave back down. Inhale, pull the heart up, no hands. Exhale, wave back down, and really feeling how much the low back helps you here. And exhale, wave back down. Now, we are going to come into a half bow shape. So listen to your back. As we bend that right knee, we're going to reach our left elbow forward into a half sphinx and reach our right hand back for the ankle or the foot. Begin to push your leg into your hand to open your heart a little bit or a lot. Listen to the back. If it doesn't like this, just back off. Coming into a sphinx pose with both elbows on the mat, we're going to reach our left hand back towards the left ankle. So again, using the strength of the leg to push into that hand and open the heart. And here I'm kind of pulsing just a little bit just to explore and see how that feels. Now you could stick with this half bow shape, or we're going to come into a full bow. So release the leg back down. Maybe reach right and then left hand straight back and bend both knees. Try to capture your ankles here. We're going to flex our feet and use those legs just to lift our heart open and then wave back down. So not staying here too long. Inhale, open the heart, wave back down. And one more time, inhale, open the heart. Hold it here. Breathe through the stretch. Don't force something that feels painful. Take one more breath in, and then exhale, softly lower to the mat. Hands come slightly behind shoulders. Tuck your toes, knees or toes. Lift up into plank pose, up and back into child's pose. Good. Take a moment here just to counter stretch all that back bending into child's. And then waving forward into plank, up and back, downward facing dog. Good. Soften the shoulders, soften the gaze, soften the neck. Take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. And then we'll look to the top of your mat, gently walk forward to your fingertips. Inhale, slide your hands to your shins, elongate your spine, and exhale, deeply fold. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows in a ragdoll position. Let your knees bend a lot to let your chest and back relax. I always prefer to sway here, but always know that you could stay still if that doesn't feel good to you or makes you a little dizzy. But when you're ready, we'll gently begin to still our bodies and let our fingertips just drip down. We're going to find a halfway lift, either fingertips to the mat or hands to shins, and exhale, deeply fold. Inhale, sweep your heart up high, hands come to touch over your head, and then draw your hands down to your heart center in mountain pose. Find your breath. On your next breath in, sweep your hands over your head high, and exhale, fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift, elongate the back, and exhale, we're going to reach down, bend the knees, and step your left foot straight back. So we're going to sink our left knee to the mat and pull our heart forward. Let that knee come forward a lot and feel a deep stretch in this low lunge. And then we'll place our hands on the knee as we come up into a little bit higher of a low lunge. Untuck our back toes. Keep the right hand resting as we reach our left hand up high and lean to the right to feel a deep psoas stretch. All the way through that left side of the body. And then we'll come back to center. We're going to reach our hands back behind us and interlace all 10 fingers as we retuck our left toes. Now we're going to draw the knuckles down as we do, either extending the right leg just a little bit or a lot, and maybe trying to even sink back towards that left heel as we pull the heart forward. Take a few moments and feel the hamstrings stretching on the right side. And then rebend into a lunge shape, but keep the hands clasped. Open the heart a little bit more, take one more breath in, and then as we release the hands, our left hand will come to the mat and our right hand comes to the sky. So starting to feel an outer right hip stretch. Take one more deep breath in, and then as we exhale, lift the back left knee up, maybe deepening that stretch. On your next exhale, circle your left hand to the mat, pull your knee towards your chest, and step into downward facing dog. We could choose to stay here, or we'll take our Vinyasa as we wave forward into plank pose. Knees or toes lower all the way to the mat. Take a breath in. We'll take a low or high cobra, and then exhale, wave to the earth. Tuck your toes, knees or toes up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, and take a breath out. Feet step together, lift your left leg high. We're going to bend the left knee and stack that left hip on top of the right. Pull the knee towards the sky. And in a clockwise fashion, we're going to circle the hip down, around, and then all the way back up for 1, circle down, around, and up, 2. And then one more, exhale, circle down and around, 3. Hold the knee up high. Spot the right thumb, and then we're stepping forward between the thumbs. Good. Back heel spins to the mat. We're going to open up into warrior 2. Looking over our left hand, sink a little bit lower and breathe. Left knee spins out towards the left edge of the mat. We'll take one more breath in. As we exhale, we'll interlace our fingers behind us and drawing our knuckles down towards the earth. Open the heart a little bit more, and then we're going to start to roll our forehead towards the mat inside that left inner knee for a waterfall warrior. Find your breath here. Dive a little bit or a lot. Listen to the shoulders, listen to the back. We'll take one more breath in. As we exhale, we'll come back up. Hands release. We're going to spin the back heel up into a lunge, step, step, and then gather up all of the core as we pull that right knee into our chest and stand just on the left leg. So that right knee could stay really bent as we're driving down into the left heel, or we could extend that right leg out long for more of a challenge. Hold here for just a few more moments. And then rebend the right knee. We're going to cross our right leg over the left into like a little half eagle shape. And just find your balance here. That might be a challenge for you. You could maybe make this more challenging by taking that right elbow to the inner right knee and trying to twist over that left shoulder. So push that right calf into the left knee and feel some expansion through the right hip and the left hip. Good. When you're ready, unwrap the legs, reach high to the sky, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, we'll step the right foot straight back and lower into a lunge shape. Pull the heart forward, let the knee glide forward for just a moment. And then we'll come up into a lunge, a low lunge. As we untuck our back toes, we'll keep our left hand to our thigh and reach our right hand to the sky. As we exhale, softly lean to the left and feel that psoas stretch along the right side of the body. Take an exhale, come back to center, reach our hands behind you. Retuck the right toes, interlace the fingers, maybe draw the knuckles down, sinking towards the left heel a little or a lot. The right heel will elongate the left leg. Good. Pull the heart forward, feel the hamstrings stretch on the left side. And then we'll exhale, gently rebend into a lunge. Open the heart a little bit or a lot. Good. We'll release the hands. Our right hand comes to the mat, left hand comes to the sky. Squeeze your hips together. Back toe stays tucked, but we'll hold this knee down and open that heart. And then when you're ready, lift the back knee up to deepen the stretch, elongate the heart a little bit more. Take one more breath in, and then we'll exhale, circle that left hand to the mat. Use the strength of the core to pull your heel towards your glute and then step back into downward facing dog. You could choose to stay here and rest or wave forward into a plank pose. Exhale, maybe this time only lowering halfway down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog if your back feels good here. And exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Feet step together, lift the right leg up high, bend the knee, stack the hips, and in a counterclockwise fashion, we'll begin to roll the knee down, back, and around, lifting up for 1, circle around for 2, and then circling around for 3. Hold it here for just a moment. Spot the right thumb, look forward, and then draw that knee towards your chest. Step right foot to right thumb. Back heel spins to the earth, rise, warrior 2. Gaze over that front middle finger. Spin the right knee towards the right edge of your mat. And hold the stretch. Sink low. And breathe here. And we'll begin to interlace our fingers behind our back. Hold that position for just a moment. Open the heart. And then dive the forehead down inside that right knee for a waterfall warrior. Good. And hold here, listening to the shoulders, listening to the back. Finding the breath. Good. Opening that right knee a little bit more. Take one more breath in, and then as we exhale, we'll gently begin to lift our chest back up. Release the hands and then spin the back heel back to the sky. Step, step, and then all the way up to the top of the mat. Right leg is the only leg standing as we pull our left knee to our chest. And then maybe stay here or elongate the left heel, stretching that left leg out if it feels good to you. Wherever you are, we're going to begin to sink into a chair position as we cross our left leg over our right into like a half eagle shape. Maybe this is enough of a challenge for you, but if it feels available, we're going to press our left elbow into the left inner knee. And as we're pressing there, we're expanding through the glutes to really feel a hip stretch. So pressing legs into one another, pressing that elbow, elongate your heart. I'm getting super wobbly here, but that's okay. That's what it's all about. I've been practicing for years and I still bobble. That's okay. Just laugh at yourself. Good. Unwrap the feet, stretch hands up high to the sky, and then exhale, gently forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. And exhale, reach down. We're going to step your left foot back. So same flow here. We're going to lift up into a low lunge. Both hands come up high, right hand to the thigh. Exhale, lean the left arm towards the right edge of your mat for just a breath in and a breath out. Clasp hands behind you, toes stay tucked. Stretch that right leg out long. Pull the heart forward. Take one more breath here, and then as we exhale, we're coming back into lunge, really dropping the knuckles down towards the back thigh if you can. Open the heart. Release the hands, back knee lifts, find this revolved low lunge. Take a breath in. As we exhale, maybe even spin to the pinky toe edges of your feet and deepen that outer hip stretch on both sides. Hold here for a moment in this funky little half plank shape, and then we'll circle hands back down. Suck that heel up towards your hip and then maybe step into down dog or three-legged dog. So options to take a three-legged vinyasa, wave forward to plank, roll down, and then as we come into our back bend, both feet touch the mat, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Next breath in, feet step together, lift your left leg high, stack your hips, bend your top knee, circling out in a clockwise fashion, roll for 1. Exhale, roll for 2, and then exhale. This time we're going to roll for 3, and we're going to start to pull that left knee towards our right elbow, then tap your left outer elbow, and then step your left foot forward. Good. Back heel spins down. Rise, warrior 2. A little core challenge there. Good. Just one moment in warrior 2, and then interlace the hands behind you. Open the heart. As we exhale, dive your forehead forward for a waterfall warrior, Inhale, lift your chest back up, and then we're going to keep waving forward. Exhale, folding down. One more time. Inhale, rise the chest, and exhale, waterfall warrior back down. Hold here for just a moment or two. Take one more breath in, and as we exhale, lift back up, release the hands, spin the back heel, and then stepping into the top of the mat just on the left leg. Elongate your right leg out. Take one more breath in and then rebend the knee. Now maybe this time cross your right ankle over left thigh and sink into this little figure 4 chair shape. So sinking, bending into that left knee. Stay here, or maybe take your right elbow and touch the middle part of your right foot. It's hard to see here, but we're going to take like a little prayer twist in this funky shape. So really trying to feel a stretch in that right hip, but also keep your balance. Hold here for several moments and enjoy that hip stretch. Good. Take one more breath in. If you fall out, it's okay. Unwrap the feet, reach hands up high to the sky. As we exhale, we'll forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, reach to the mat, step your right foot straight back, lower your knee to the mat. Inhale, reach both hands up high for a lunge, and left hand reaches to the left knee as we stretch our right over across our body. Take one more breath in. Exhale, hands reach behind you. Extend your left leg out long. Fold forward, heart pulls out. Next breath in moves you forward. Exhale, and then inhale, open that heart deeply. Listen to the low back by squeezing the glutes and protecting that low back. Good. Unwrap the hands. Right hand reaches to the mat. Lift the left hand to the sky as the back knee lifts. Hold here. Maybe spin to the pinky toe edges of our feet and feel a deep outer hip stretch on both sides. So this funky little side plank shape. Take one more breath in. As we exhale, we're going to circle that left hand back to the mat and both feet come back to the earth. Draw your heel towards your hip and step into a three-legged dog. Maybe even taking a three-legged vinyasa, waving forward with that left leg lifted. Exhale, lowering down, and as we come into our back bend, both feet are now on the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet step together, lift the right leg up high to the sky, stack hips, bend that top knee, circling out. Roll the knee down for 1. Exhale, open the hip, roll it down for 2. And on this last one, we're going to exhale, circle it down, spot the left elbow, reach across your body, tap the left elbow, hold here, tap the right outer elbow, and then step your right foot to right thumb. Back heel spins to the earth, rise warrior 2 on a breath in. Exhale, clasp hands behind you, open the heart, 3 waterfall waves. Exhale, fold. Inhale, begin to open the heart, reach your chest back up high. Exhale, waterfall warrior, fold. Good. Inhale, right back up. And on this last one, we'll exhale, fold, and hold just a little bit longer, really drawing that knee out towards the edge of the mat. Take one more breath in. Exhale, lift your chest, back heel lifts as we unwrap the hands. Gather the core, step onto just the right foot and pull your knee to your chest. Elongate your left leg, hold here. We're going to begin to rebend the left knee, cross that left ankle over right thigh, and sit back into a single leg chair shape with a figure 4 left leg. Now that might be enough for you, or maybe we take that left elbow to the arch of the left foot and spin the heart open a little bit deeper. Good. Feeling that deep outer hip stretch and finding your balance, pressing into that right big toe. Find a point that's not moving, a drishti point for you to focus on. Okay. Take one more moment here. And then we'll exhale, unwrap the legs, unwrap the feet, unwrap the hands, reach up high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back. Good. Reaching up into our low lunge. Exhale, right hand to the right thigh, and exhale, lean the left hand over. Good. Clasp hands behind you. Elongate your right leg. Pull your heart forward for just a moment. Good. Open the heart as we rebend into that lunge. Take a nice back bend. And then plant left hand to the earth, back knee lifts, right hand to the sky. Roll to the pinky toe edges of the feet, and if it's available, we're going to start to sink our left hip down and reach our right hand straight back behind us. Feel a really yummy stretch in the hips here. Take one more breath in. And then as we exhale, we'll drive into the feet, circle back into that lunge shape. Right hand to the earth, pull that heel up, and then we're going to stretch out into a 3-legged dog. Maybe stack the right hip on top of the left and flip your dog by gently stepping your right foot behind you and opening the heart. Good. We're moving to a vinyasa, so spot the top part of your mat. As we reach our right hand forward, maybe keep our right knee bent and lower down. And then we'll plant the right leg back to the mat as we come into our upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Just a funky variation. And then we'll begin to bring our feet together. Lift your left leg up high. Stack the left hip on top of the right by bending the left knee. We're going to circle around for 1, circle around for 2. This time we're going to circle around for 3, snake across your body, reaching towards the right elbow, but don't stop there. We're going to reach for the left elbow and then step left foot to left thumb. Good. Back heel spins to the earth, rise warrior 2, and hold. Good. Interlace all 10 fingers behind you. Open the heart. 3 waterfall waves. Wave forward for 1. Good. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, wave forward for 2, and maybe go a little bit deeper. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, wave forward for 3, and hold it here. Now, as we're lowered down, we're going to spin our back heel up. We're going to gather up our core, elongate your spine, unwrap your hands, and then step onto the left foot at the top of the mat. Good. Elongate your right leg. Take a breath in here and take a breath out. Rebend the right knee as we cross that right ankle over left thigh. We're going to sink into that figure 4 chair pose. Take your right elbow into the right foot and spin the heart open. So moving into a grasshopper shape, and I'll admit this is my weak side on this pose. We're going to come into like side crow hands. So both hands reach maybe even off the mat, but we're going to try to drop our left hip to our left elbow. Keeping that foot on the top part of the tricep, we're going to try to lift that left foot up off the mat. And again, I am not very good on this side, so that is a work in progress for me. We'll come back to standing, reach the hands up, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. And exhale, deeply fold. Good. Step the right foot straight back. We're going to sink the right knee down. Inhale, reach up into a lunge position. Left hand to the thigh, reach our right hand across for psoas stretch. Inhale, clasp the hands, sink back into a hamstring stretch on the left, pull the heart forward. Rebend the left knee, open the heart deeply into a low lunge. So we begin to unwrap the hands, place the right hand on the floor, left hand to the sky, right knee lifts up, and we're going to spin to the pinky toe edges of our feet. So hold here, or maybe start to lower towards your right hip a little or a lot, and reach the left hand to the back of the mat and feel a nice outer hip stretch. Take a moment or two here, breathe, enjoy the stillness, and as we exhale, gather up the core, press into the feet, lift back into the revolve lunge, circle your left hand down. Now we're going to step into a three-legged dog, bend the left knee, stack the right hip or left hip on top of the right, and then maybe drip your left foot back behind you, open the heart and flip your dog by lifting the heart to the sky as the left hand reaches open overhead. Spot the top of your mat, reach your left hand back to the earth. See if you can keep your left foot lifted as we come into a three-legged vinyasa, and then as we inhale to our back bend, both feet to the earth. Exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Feet step together, lift your right leg up high. Bend your right knee, stack right hip on top of left. Exhale, circle your knee down and around for 1. Circle down and around for 2. And on this last one, we're going to circle down, snake over towards your left elbow, then the right elbow, and then step right foot to right thumb. And then we'll spin our back heel to the mat. Rise warrior 2 for just a moment. Interlace all 10 fingers behind you, open the heart, waterfall warrior, dive down for 1. Take a breath in, pull the heart back up, exhale, dive down for 2, maybe go a little deeper. Inhale, last one, open the heart, lift up, and then exhale, dive down and hold. So look to the back foot, we're going to roll the heel up, elongate your spine, release the hands, and take one big step to the top of your mat. Right foot on the earth, left knee to the chest or stretched out long. Take a moment here just to breathe, and then we'll bend the left knee, cross the left ankle over the right thigh and sink into a figure 4 chair. So I'm a little bit stronger on this side for grasshopper, so getting that left arm as high up as you can on the foot is best. And then we're going to reach our hands maybe off the mat in chaturanga fashion, pull your elbows together. Try to sink that right hip to your right elbow and lift off, and then maybe stretch that right leg out long for a grasshopper shape. Good, and that's a super advanced arm balance. It took me several years to be able to do that on this side, and I'm still on my journey on the other side. So you can pause the video and play with that, or just simply come to a rest. But when you're ready, we'll come back to standing and reach hands up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift, plant your hands and step into downward facing dog. Good, we'll choose to stay here. We'll take one more vinyasa, waving forward to plank pose. Exhale, lowering half or all the way down. Inhale, find your back bend of choice. And exhale, meet in downward facing dog. We'll take just a few moments here to breathe, but when you're ready, we'll move to child's pose. So gently coming down onto the knees, sink back, maybe stretch the arms out long and just capture your breath if you've lost it. Focus back on into that intention that you set in the beginning of your practice and see how it feels now. Stay here as long as you like, but when you're ready, we'll gently lift our gaze and come up to hands and knees. We're going to fold the top edge of your mat maybe 2 or 3 times. I have really long legs, so two times is pretty good for me. But we're going to begin to come into like a frog position. So we're going to place our knees on that padded outer part of our mat. And the goal is to kind of get into a 90-degree angle where your hips, knees, and foot all create a really beautiful 90-degree angle. So you might have to stay up on your hands if you're really, really tight in the inner thighs, or maybe you could come down onto your elbows. But when you're ready, we're going to just push your hips back as much as you can tolerate for just a moment, and then rock forward, and then exhale, push back and open, deeply open that inner thigh. Good. Just listen to your body. Don't force a shape that doesn't feel good to you, but push through or breathe through that discomfort. And you may want to stay here. You could even choose to move into a little bit of internal rotation of the hips just to counteract all the external rotation by lifting, peeking over to that left foot, and lift that left foot up and feel that hip roll down. Good. Look over to the right leg. See if you can lift that right foot a little or a lot. And then I'm just going to take about 2 more cycles on each leg and opening. Good. But if that feels crazy to you, if that's really painful or it's just not happening, don't worry about it. You could just even try to imagine what that would feel like with your mind. Good. And we'll hold here for a few more moments, coming to the fullest expression of this stretch. And then when you're ready, we'll come back up on the hands and gently wiggle your knees and feet together and unwrap the mat. So keep the toes tucked. We'll sit back into a little hero pose for just a moment. And then we'll gently come into easy seats and then roll back onto your back, 1 vertebra at a time, letting the hands grab the backs of the legs. Good. So we're going to begin to pull our right knee into our chest and cross our right ankle over our left thigh, a familiar shape. And you could even just hold that there, or maybe pull the left knee towards you, either grabbing behind the leg or the shin, or simply just grabbing the right leg and pulling it towards you, just a position that feels tolerable to you. And we'll hold here for just a few more moments, counter stretching that deep inner thigh stretch. And then we'll gently lower our left foot to the mat. We're just going to simply cross our right leg all the way over the left and open our arms to a T and drip both knees to the left edge of your mat in a deep spinal twist. As we take our gaze towards our right hand, maybe close the eyes. Soften your breath and melt into the earth. And we'll unwrap the legs, gently roll back up onto your back and pull our left knee into our chest, cross left ankle over right thigh. So again, you could just simply grab the leg and pull it towards you, maybe grab the right hamstring or the right shin, and just finding whatever stretch feels best to your body. We'll gently begin to lower our right foot to the mat. Simply cross the left leg all the way over the right and open the arms to a T. Let both knees reach across the body and find a spinal twist as we look to our left hand. Maybe the eyes gently float to a close as we melt into the earth. And we'll unwrap the legs, roll back up onto your back. And you can take any position that feels good to you, but we'll come into our Shavasana, our final rest, for just a few moments here together. Let the feet hang open, let the palms open to the sky in a sign of receiving the benefits of your practice today. We'll take a few moments of stillness. And when you're ready, gently begin to stretch your arms over your head long, reach your toes long, and roll to the right side of your body for just a moment. We'll find a place, a space of gratitude just for anything in your life that's calling to you today, just to say thank you for it. And then when you're ready, gently come to sit. Eyes could remain closed. We'll end our practice with a namaste, just simply meaning that the good in me honors the good in you. Sweep your hands over your head to touch. Draw your thumbs down over your third eye, all seeing, all knowing, into heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.